Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Hi friends and welcome back to the Language Tutor Spanish podcast series. I'm your profesor de español, Danny Evans, and this is lesson 73. So we're going to be talking about relative pronouns today. Interesting lesson because, again, you won't find this used as much in speaking Spanish as you will in written Spanish, although you may hear it some. But these first ones we learned in the lesson are definitely common. The que and the quien, those are definitely common in speaking and writing. But what I want to do on this practice is I want to start out with a little warm up with what we did at the beginning of the YouTube lesson, and that is a sentence with que and a sentence with quien, and then we'll move into bigger sentences. Basically, I want to try one with el que, la que, los que, and las que, and then move into cual instead of que. So we will have several sentences to practice, and I encourage you to really think about these, and you may need to rewind this several times because these might be ones where you go, I'm not sure I totally understand that, but I'm going to rewind it and then listen to it over and over. And hopefully you'll solidify this use, okay? And definitely read Spanish when you can. That just helps you solidify it a lot, okay? Well, let's get going. Let's do a warm-up. First of all, I want to do two sentences like I did on the YouTube lesson. And we're going to put those sentences together in just a minute. But let's just start with a simple sentence. The house has a gray roof. Now, roof is techo. So the house has a gray roof. Put that into Spanish. And hopefully you said, La casa tiene un techo gris. Un techo gris. All right, now let's do a different sentence about that same house. The house is in a neighborhood. And you may not know the word for neighborhood, but it is barrio. B-A-R-R-I-O. So say that in Spanish. The house is in a neighborhood. All right, and that should be La casa está en un barrio. Now we're going to use a relative pronoun to put both of those together, and we're going to say this. The house that has a gray roof is in a neighborhood. I'll say it again. The house that has a gray roof is in a neighborhood. All right, and we connected those with the word que. This is from a lesson a while back, so this is really review. So, la casa que tiene un techo gris está en un barrio. One more time, la casa que tiene un techo gris está en un barrio. All right, now let's move into another one that is like the second example I did on the YouTube channel, okay? So this one's going to be, my father, who is a doctor, is going to help me. My father, who is a doctor, is going to help me. And hopefully you said, mi padre, quien es médico, va a ayudarme. Okay, now you might also hear some people say doctor instead of médico. So mi padre, quien es médico or doctor, va a ayudarme. Ear plus a plus infinitive. All right. Now let's do a sentence with el que. Here it is. The universe is very big, which we live in. Okay, now remember, the universe is el universo. So the universe is very big, which we live in. And that one should be El universo es muy grande en el que vivimos. We don't say which we live in. We have to change it around to in which we live. So el universo es muy grande en el que vivimos. All right, now let's do one with la que. All right, she has a daughter that she loves very much. She has a daughter that she loves very much. And that would be ella tiene una hija la que ella ama mucho. Amar, AR verb to love. One more time. Ella tiene una hija la que ella ama mucho. Now let's do one with los que. With each one of those articles, we're going to use que with each one of those. So let's do los que. All right, here's the sentence, and I'll give you a couple clarification words. You need a car and a license, which you don't have. Okay, now a license is licencia. Licencia. It's almost like English. So you need a car and a license, which you don't have. And that would be necesitas un carro y una licencia, los que no tienes. One more time. Necesitas un carro y una licencia, los que no tienes. And just a quick clarification point there. You know, we have car, that's masculine, and license, that is feminine. So in that case, when we have mixed gender, we use the masculine. That's why we said los for that one. You probably knew that, but just wanted to make sure I mentioned it. Now, our next sentence is going to be with las que. Las que, all right? So this is a continuation of that same conversation we just had about the car. Here's the sentence. And you need insurance and the keys, which you don't have. Insurance is aseguranza, and keys are llaves, L-L-A-V-E-S. So here's the sentence again. And you need insurance and the keys, which you don't have. And that would be y necesitas aseguranza y las llaves, las que no tienes. Okay, now we have two different feminine nouns we're talking about, insurance and keys. So that's why we're using las. Okay, here's the sentence again. Y necesitas aseguranza y las llaves, las que no tienes. All right, we have four more to do. We're going to use cual now with each one of those definite articles. El, la, los, and las. So here we go. This one is with el cual. El cual. Here's the sentence. She is teaching me French, which is the language of France. She's teaching me French, which is the language of France. And that would be ella está enseñándome francés, el cual es el idioma de Francia. And yes, idioma is one of those tricky words. It ends in an A, but it's masculine. Here it is again. Ella está enseñándome francés, el cual es el idioma de Francia. Now let's go to our next one, which is going to be a sentence with la cual. Here's the sentence. The flower, which is on the table, is from the garden. Okay, the flower, which is on the table, is from the garden. And that sentence would be, la flor, la que está sobre la mesa, es del jardín. And yes, on the table, we're going to use the word sobre. La flor, la que está sobre la mesa, es del jardín. All right, my friends, two more. This one is going to be with los cuales. Los cuales. There are 10 players on the team, of which 3 are here today. There are 10 players on the team, of which 3 are here today. And hopefully you said, hay 10 jugadores en el equipo, de los cuales 3 están aquí hoy. Hay 10 jugadores en el equipo, de los cuales 3 están aquí hoy. Last one, my friends. This one is going to be with las cuales. Las cuales. Here we go. We have 5 bedrooms in the house, of which 2 have bathrooms. Okay, now several different words for bedroom, okay, but let's use dormitorio, all right? We have 5 bedrooms in the house, of which 2 have bathrooms. And that would be, tenemos 5 dormitorios en la casa, de las cuales 2 tienen baños. One more time. Tenemos 5 dormitorios en la casa, de las cuales 2 tienen baños. And mis amigos, that wraps up lesson 73. It's been a lot of fun practicing Spanish with you on this episode. I hope you're doing well, and definitely pick up some books in Spanish and start reading. You'll run into these words, I promise. Well, I wish for you and all your friends and family paz y bendiciones, peace and blessings, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of the Language Tutor Spanish. Hasta pronto.